Hey guys, so today I'm doing a get ready with me inspired by Valentine's Day. This is a more playful look compared to ones that are coming up. I used a lot of color just because I wanted to have fun with it. So if you want to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. I start by priming my whole face with the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. Just throw it up on the whole face, all over. Yep, don't miss an inch, just kidding. And then I will go in with the NYX First Base Primer Spray just to get anywhere I missed. I love this spray, it's very hydrating. And then I will go right in with foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in the Dewy Smooth version. Using the Beige Cosmetics Beauty Blender to apply this. I am the shade 215, by the way. With this, you definitely want to use pouncing motions, and I prefer dewy foundations applied with a sponge. That's just personal preference. You do with what you want, but this is how I do it. Make sure you get basically everywhere. I even got underneath my eyes only because I want to make sure that everywhere is covered. For some reason it looks like this isn't my color, but it looks so much better in person, I swear to God. Now I'm going in with a Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camoflauge Concealer. I'm still feeling this bad boy out. I've been using it often just to see, and I don't know. I still don't think it's as good as my Maybelline Better Skin, but I'm giving it, you know, a real good try. I put this on the usual spots, under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, on my chin. You know, the usual, everywhere I want to highlight or cover up, you know, the dark circles or the veiny eyelids, you know. And then I blended it with the same beauty blender, using the fat side for the places on this middle of my face, but then I will go in with the skinny side for underneath my eyes and on my eyelids. This is also going to act as a primer for my eyeshadow coming up. Make sure you use pouncing motions when you're using a beauty blender too, that way you don't move around the foundation underneath and you don't take away from the opaqueness? I don't know. Anyway, you don't take away from the color of the concealer. So because I felt like going ham, I also contoured. I used the NYX Concealer in the shade Tan in order to contour. I put this basically where I want to hollow out my cheeks, and I used the fat side of the Beauty Blender to blend it out. It doesn't have to be exactly precise, but you want to try and keep it in the same line as you started, and then blend it upward. You don't want to blend it down, otherwise you're going to look like you have fat cheeks. Just being honest. I'm trying to slim here, you know. I also put it on the outside of my forehead, or 4.5 head as I usually call it, to start the bronzing process on top as well. Make sure you blend this out pretty good because you don't want any patchiness, and you kind of want to blend it up to the hairline so you don't see your skin showing through or the foundation that's showing through on the top there. So get it all up in there. This was very like slow because I was trying to be very precise. Nose contour is not my best friend at all. Not at all. And I used my finger to blend this out because I wanted to be more precise than the beauty blender. I didn't want to screw this part up. So this takes a little bit longer using the finger, but at least you don't look like you screwed up your contour, you know? As you can see, I'm inspecting it. I'm really trying here, guys. Now to set the under eyes, I'm using the NYX Contour Pro Palette. I'm using both of the middle shades on the top, the white shade and the banana shade, just mixing them together because Mom was pale. Normally I would just use the banana shade, but I need that extra whiteness to make, you know, at least some kind of highlight on my face. Basically put this anywhere you put the concealer down, by the way. Not just on, you know, the under eyes, but do it on the chin, do it on the bridge of the nose, and do it on the forehead as well. Also, you want to put it on your eyelids, as I'm doing right now, because then you don't get the creases when you are going in with your shadows. I also feel like the shadows blend better that way, but that's just my humble opinion. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. Just bear with me, I'm trying. I'm really trying here, guys. Just patting away. For the rest of my face, I'm using the NYX Smooth Skin Loose Translucent Powder. I didn't want to use anything with color because I already got a good coverage going, and I also don't want to mess up all of the contouring I've already done with that concealer. So as you can see, I can still see my contour because I used a translucent powder. To further contour and bronze, I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer, just to accentuate those cheekbones there. Well, I guess you're hollowing out your cheeks, but it helps accentuate your cheekbones, I believe. And then you're also putting that on your 4.5 head, if you have one. I took a smaller brush and I took the contour color in the NYX palette that I have to contour my nose, as you can see here. This is the second from the left, by the way, that color. I felt like this was better for my nose because it's a little bit ashier, so it doesn't look so bronze and orangey and fake. And I like how it turned out, actually. I'm pretty impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. Next, to basically fix that contour line, I'm putting that loose powder down in a baking technique, really packing it on in a straight line right underneath where you want the contour to end, and let it sit for a while. I'm doing my brows really quick. I'm not going to actually show how I do them. And then once my brows were done, I basically took off all of that bake. And as you can see now, I have a straighter line there. It looks more defined. And then I'll go in with my blush. I'm using the NYX Big Blush in Ladylike. And I always basically bring most of the color right on top of the contour on the sides of my cheeks because it looks more natural that way. I really wanted my highlight to pop, so I used the NYX, what is it called again? Born to Glow, I think. I lost it. Anyway, I put that down, and then I put down the Wet n Wild I'll Have a Cosmo highlighter. This highlighter is probably one of my favorite drugstore highlighters, and it's so cheap. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how pretty. Really glowing here, guys. Really glowing. As you can see, I'm like, ooh, as I move my head. Once that's done, now we can go in with eyeshadow. First color I'm using is Sorbet by Makeup Geek, and this will be basically a transition color throughout the whole thing. I'm focusing this on the crease and then dragging it up, as you can see, in windshield wiper motions, and then I go in circular motions as well. Then I go in with Barbie Girl by Morphe. This is with a more precise blender brush, but it's still pretty fluffy. I'm focusing this majorly on the crease now, and I will bring it up a little bit, but once I have like zero product basically on my brush. And I really want to put most of the color in the outer corner. I'm just going back in with that brush I used, Sorbet, and blending it all out too. Everything is like a process when it comes to blending. That's what eyeshadow is all about. I'm going back in with Barbie Girl and now placing that on the outer corner on my eyelid. This will be the start of that little I guess it's called a cat eye. I don't know. That's what we'll call it. Just kind of building on that color now. And then I'm going back in with that same brush that we used, Sorbet, and blending it all out. I want to add more brown to this look, so I used Creme Brulee just to deepen that crease and tone down the pink a little bit. I didn't want it so pink, but I wanted, you know, it pinkier. And I'm putting this right over top of the Barbie girl, basically. And then I'm going back in with that blender brush and blending it all out, as usual. Just checking myself. It's very important to use both a little mirror and a big mirror to make sure you don't screw up. Because you want to look good from afar, and you also want to look good up close, you know? I'm going back in with Barbie Girl just to make it pinker and blending that color out too. You do what you want. Basically, if you want it more pink, add more Barbie Girl. If you want more brown, add more Creme Brulee. It's really up to you. Now I'm going in with My Tai by Makeup Geek. This is a duochrome shadow. This is going all over the lid up to that Barbie Girl shade, and a little bit over just to mix the two and create a gradient versus like sharp lines. Just packing that on with a dense packer brush, by the way. This is like an angled brush, and I'm putting down Motown by Makeup Geek. It's a matte purple shade. This will be one of the deeper colors in the lid area. I love mixing pink and purple. I think they look so cute together, especially when you're going for like a playful look. Just continue to pack this on because we will blend it out after you pack on enough color. As I'm doing here, I'm just taking that same brush I used Barbie Girl and really taking my time to blend this out because I don't want it to look muddy. Yeah, I'm singing, don't mind me. Now I'm taking Motown in my lower lash line, and I'm only taking it about halfway. And then I take a little blender brush and, well, pencil brush, and then I take Barbie Girl and blend that Motown out. And this I will take a little bit further, just up to basically where my lashes end in the inner corner. When you're blending this out, make sure you connect the dots, basically. You want to connect the lower lash line with the upper lid. I take ColourPop Supershock Shadow in Puppy Love for my highlight. I put that on the inner corners and on the brow bone. I'm using my finger because I feel like these shadows work best when you just use your finger. That's just my personal opinion. Then I take Makeup Geek Corrupt and a flat definer brush, and I put this on my upper lash line to create a eyeliner look in a more like soft manner. And I only put this on the outer half of my lash line, on the upper lash line. And then I will tightline on the top using the Essence Long Lasting Eyeliner in the shade Black Blaze. This will help make your eyelashes look thicker when you add mascara. But on the lower lash line, I wanted to add just, you know, further pop of color. And I'm using ColourPop's Piggy Bank eyeliner. I love this eyeliner so much. I really need to get other colors from them. Just a matter of time and money, you know? Just coating my eyelashes with mascara. I'm using the Supersizer Fibers mascara, one of my favorites. And I use like 10 layers. Don't be fooled by that one little, you know, clip. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild lip stick, and I forget what shade it is now. Crap. I don't know. I will link it below. Sorry guys. I will definitely link it below. And I forgot to show it, but I sprayed with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. And that completes this look. I hope you like this playful Valentine's Day look. If you want to see more, just stay tuned. I have more Valentine's Day looks to show you. But until then, have a great day, and I will see you next time.